Hello. I hope you are well. Been a couple of days since my last stream. Took a little bit of time off for the weekend, Memorial Day. Now we are back. Mexico is seeing temperatures that they have not recorded previously. This is a big deal. Mexico is about to experience its highest temperatures ever recorded as death toll climbs. The extreme heat smothering much of Mexico has killed dozens of people across multiple states. Extreme heat, Mexico, Central America, and parts of the US. Iconic howler monkeys in Mexico are dropping dead from trees. The extreme heat smothering much of Mexico has already killed dozens of people. They're finding people dead in the street. According to the Weather Channel, by early next week, temperatures in Veracruz are expected to soar to 37°C. Tabasco will be 40°C. These are temperatures that are extremely deadly. You get this, the wet bulb humidity, it reaches a point that you can no longer sweat, and then you die. Very torturous process. There's a lot of people that are suffering greatly due to an unprecedented heat wave. You can see most of Mexico. Close to 40°C, are 103 degrees Fahrenheit. Monterrey, Mexico City, Narita, and most of this whole area over here south of the Gulf of Mexico. Parts of Florida, Cuba. It's real gnarly heat. Most of the metropolitan's area is 21 million residents accustomed to a more temperate weathering, black air conditioning. Earlier this month, the capital was at least 10 cities in Mexico that registered their hottest day on record. Boy dives into the sea. One way to cool off, but warm water. Mexico has been reeling from a high-pressure weather phenomenon known as a heat dome, which has trapped hot air over much of the country, creating record-breaking temperatures that have surpassed 45°C in some places. The new deaths bring the toll from the extreme temperatures to 48 since the hot season began on March 17th, mostly due to heat stroke and some to dehydration. You see here, this is that high pressure system that's remaining over Mexico that's trapping hot air. Now I'm going to set this up because I thought I already had this up, but I apologize. Let's see. Can't really see it very well. My green screen. But it's already circled here in the middle. Heat dome. Gathering a lot of heat. Heat-related causes killed 22 people between May 12th and 21st, according to preliminary figures shared by Mexico's health ministry. Sweltering heat has exacerbated a nationwide drought and strained Mexico's power grid, with monkeys dropping dead from trees due to suspected dehydration. Now that's the other thing too, is Mexico City has been warning for months now that they're at a 0 day of water. Mexico's heat dome has already killed dozens of people as hotter days loom. Short article. Mostly a lot of the same information. Now this is really big news. Mexico City could run, let me see if I can, yeah. Mexico City could run out of water in a month unless it rains. Experts say that Mexico City could run out of drinking water by the end of June, an event locals called Day Zero. The Cutzamala water system, a series of treatment plants, reservoirs, and canals that provide water to tens of millions of people, is running dry. Conditions are so bad that the North American Drought Monitor classified the federal district containing Mexico City as severe on April 30th. Locals expect Day Zero could come as soon as June 26th. While local politicians downplayed the water crisis for months, several neighborhoods have already seen their water run out. The system normally moves about 15 cubic meters of water a second and provides service to about 22 million people. It's now operating at 28% capacity. Crumbling infrastructure is also contributing to the problem. About 40% of Mexico City water is lost due to leaky pipes and other issues, the Post reported. With June 26th fast approaching, the city desperately needs rain, but rainfall might cause a false sense of security. Christina Boyes, a professor at the Center of Economic Research and Teaching in Mexico City, told the Post. The study found that only 75% of farms in the area use irrigated water, and most do not reuse the water when they can. Still, the study's plan would cost an estimated $5 billion. Mexico's Water Commission announced in February that it's working on projects to improve the Cutzamala system and help supplement some of this water it is losing. As part of the action, The Mexico City water system introduced a plan to improve infrastructure reliability, strengthen programs for private company participation in the water network, and harvest rainwater in schools. Mexico's howler monkeys dropping dead as heat toll mounts. Threatened howler monkeys have been dropping dead from trees in Mexico's southeastern tropical forest in recent weeks amid a nationwide drought and heat waves that have sent temperatures soaring across much of the country. This is very grim. In the forest outside Camalcaco, Tabasco, volunteers collect the corpses of mantled howler monkeys that died from high pressures before placing buckets of water and fruit to try to stave off more deaths. The mantled howler monkey is classified as vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) Red List. It is because the heat is so strong. I've been visiting the States for a long time and I've never felt it as much as now. So yes, we have to care for the animals, and yes, we are going to do it. Later on Monday, Mexico's Environment Ministry said in a statement that it was coordinating efforts to address the monkeys' deaths, which it attributed to several possible reasons, including heat stroke, dehydration, malnutrition, or the spraying of crops with toxic agrochemicals. Pesticide stuff. Mexico's health ministry reported a preliminary count of 26 people have died from heat-related causes between the start of Mexico's heat season on March 17th and May 11th. (43°C). These are really insane temperatures that we're seeing right here. Now this is some of the biggest news. One of the world's biggest cities may just be months away from running out of water. This is from February. Mexico City. Alejandro Gomez has been without proper running water for more than 3 months. Sometimes it comes back for an hour or two, but only a small trickle, barely enough to fill a couple of buckets, and nothing for many days. Gomez, who lives in Mexico City's Tlalpan district, doesn't have a big storage tank, so he can't get water truck deliveries. There's simply nowhere to store it. Instead, he and his family eke out what they can buy and store. This is from February, and we're seeing maybe less than a month left of water in Mexico City. This is very bad news. And unless it rains, they're not going to get replenished. Historic lows. Densely populated Mexico City stretches out a high-altitude lake bed around 7,300 feet above sea level. It was built on clay-rich soil into which it now is sinking, and is prone to earthquakes and highly vulnerable to climate change. It's perhaps one of the last places anyone would choose to build a megacity today. Around 60% of Mexico City's water comes from its underground aquifer, but this has been so over-extracted that the city is sinking at a frightening rate, around 20 inches a year, according to recent research. 20 inches a year Mexico City is sinking? What? That is taking away all the cushion, taking away all the fluid at such a rapid pace that you're causing the land to deflate. That is horrible. The crisis has set up a fierce debate about whether the city will reach a day zero, where the Cutzamala system falls to such low levels that it will be unable to provide any water to the city's residents. 22 million people. They have barely any water right now. This doesn't mean a complete collapse of the water system, she said, because the city isn't dependent on just one source. It won't be the same as when Cape Town in South Africa came perilously close to running totally dry in 2018 following a severe multi-year drought. Again, this is from February. June, the end of June is day zero. They are dangerously close to running out of fresh drinking water. I don't think anyone is prepared. For nearly a decade, Souza Rodriguez said she's been warning officials of the danger of a day zero for Mexico City. She said the solutions are clear. Better wastewater treatment would both increase water availability and decrease pollution, while rainwater harvesting systems could capture and treat the rain and allow residents to reduce their reliance on the water network or water trucks by 30%. This is pretty terrifying for people in Mexico City, as this has to be dominating airwaves. This has to be everywhere. People are not getting water right now anyway, while this article is from February. It is a critical time. Mexico is in a very rough spot between having some of the hottest temperatures recorded, howler monkeys, there's another article here. Monkeys are dropping dead from trees in Mexico as a brutal heat wave is linked to mass deaths. Howler monkeys are dropping dead from trees in southwest Mexico's tropical forest. And authorities said Monday they're investigating whether extreme heat was killing the endangered animals. Officials have not given an exact death toll, but local media outlets report that as many as 85 primates have died. Heat stroke, dehydration, malnutrition, or fumigation of crops with pesticides. I can't get the people I love in my life to stop using pesticides. What hope is there that we stop using pesticides as a species? It is dooming us. They have half-life molecules of millions of years. It doesn't go away. Everywhere you spray, it turns to poison. Temperatures up to 113 degrees Fahrenheit have been recorded in the southern states of Chiapas and Tabasco, where the deaths have been reported. It is terrible. It's a tragedy. Monkeys are falling dead out of trees. It's very tragic and sad. Howler monkeys very rarely leave treetops. They're finding them dead on the ground. This has to be very traumatic for people in the area. Very sad. Alright. I believe that is everything I have regarding Mexico's heat dome. I thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel. I will be back with another stream regarding sea ice. In a while since I've looked at Antarctica, and probably something to see. We'll take a look at it. I thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it greatly. Please take care.